Breaking news! Ladies and gentlemen, this is probably going to be my favorite discussion video as it pertains to this series on what if all of the Straw Hat Pirates had devil fruits. Alright, now, Usopp. He is probably my most favorite character amongst the Straw Hat Pirates. And honestly, I liked his character the most after the time skip. He came back a completely transformed man. He was no longer just a sniper, but for some reason he was a fucking botanist. You know what I'm talking about? Like, he was able to control plants. Not control plants, but utilize seeds and plants as a weapon when he came back with his newfound slingshot. Okay? Now, you have to examine Usopp as a character. Because up until this point, he was very underwhelming. Yeah, for real. Like, up until this point in Wano, he was a very underwhelming character. He had some feats, pre-time skip and post-time skip, but for the most part, nothing crazy. Nothing you would expect to see from the sniper, the designated sniper of a crew or amongst any anime series. You know what I'm talking about? So, for the most part, when you saw Usopp, he was defeating his enemies through means of trickery. And of course I know that he is the comic relief of the series, but it doesn't change the fact that he is a sniper and a very good sniper to say that. His father is a part of the Yonko crew, the red-haired pirates. So, you know, he's under Shanks and he's a very prominent character, at least on that crew. We haven't seen much of him. But I want to state this about Usopp. When it matters the most, he makes shit happen. When he fought at Arlong Park, what did he do? He ran the fuck away. At unprecedented speeds, he ran away. But he defeated who he needed to defeat. Of course, that was with the Usopp hammer, but nonetheless, he got the job done. When it came to Perona, he defeated her with cockroaches and again, Usopp hammer. The only time when we see, not the only time, but the major feat that we see of him as a sniper is when he has to shoot that, very hot, spicy ball into... Damn, what the fuck is her name? But Shawty Girl's name, that's a part of Doflamingo's crew. But y'all know who I'm talking about. He managed to unlock observation hockey, see through a fucking wall, and then shoot a red hot chili pepper ball into that girl's mouth. Of course, that happened after the time skip, but nonetheless, these are feats that Usopp has accomplished, but I would be lying if I said I didn't want his feats to be more sniper related. It's very rare that we see, especially in nowadays animes, where a sniper really flourishes into what we think that they can become. He usually resorts to trickery, and if he can't resort to trickery, then he usually summons Usain Bolt's spirit to take flight and then defeat them in some other way. But I want to move on to the devil fruit that I think that would benefit him the most. As a cowardly sniper, I think this devil fruit would enhance him, his fighting style, his combat style, and his personality the most. And that devil fruit that I'm talking about is none other than the Mushi Mushi no Mi, Marukabuto. This would be a zone-based devil fruit, and the Mushi Mushi no Mi is probably the most physically strong zone-type devil fruit that we know in existence currently within the One Piece verse. I'm gonna put that up for you now. This devil fruit is possessed by none other than Kabu himself. We originally saw this devil fruit during the Dressrosa arc of One Piece, in which this was a Tonka who possessed a zone-based devil fruit, and the zone-based devil fruit is based upon the rhinoceros beetle. Alright, now if you're unfamiliar with the rhinoceros beetle, then you wouldn't know that the rhinoceros beetle is actually, in our world, considered the second strongest creature on this planet. Okay, I'm gonna put that up for you now, and I'm gonna read from it. The rhinoceros beetle can lift something 850 times their own weight. To put this into perspective, if a human had the strength of a rhinoceros beetle, it would be able to lift 65-ton objects. If the mighty elephant had equal strength to a rhinoceros beetle, it would be able to carry 850 elephants on its back. My God. Now, I know that there's this understanding, especially in Wano, that Kaido is the strongest creature on this planet, on their planet. I don't know how much a fucking dragon weighs. You don't know either, because dragons don't exist, quote unquote. Actually, that's not quote unquote. I don't know why I said quote unquote. You'll have to forgive me. But You can't tell me how much a dragon weighs. Even if you knew how much it weighs, 850 elephants? Do you think a dragon weighs more than 850 elephants? Do you think a dragon weighs more than 650 tons? I'm going to tell you this right now. Flash back to when the Straw Hat Pirates were on Zoe, right? On Elephant's Back, where the minks are, right? If Usopp had the Mushi Mushi no Mi Mado Kabuto, he would have baby shook Jack the Drought. Easily. A mammoth doesn't weigh 65 tons. A mammoth weighs something like 6 tons. Something around that nature. Nowhere near 65 tons. What would this devil fruit do for Usopp? I think that this devil fruit would increase his confidence through the fucking roof, okay? Because Usopp lacks confidence in himself, not as a sniper, but he lacks confidence in himself as a fighter, as a brawler, right? He doesn't like conflict. In a lot of the situations, him and Nami, they're usually on one accord in which they will agree to flee from a battlefield. They don't like conflict, they don't like to fight, they don't like anything about it. Usually Luffy drags them into a situation in which they're trying to escape from. So what does the Mushi Mushi no Mi allow? What have we seen from Kabu during the Dressrosa arc that would permit Usopp to possess this Zoan-based devil fruit in which boosts his overall strength, easily making Usopp the most physically strong member of the Straw Hat Pirates, even more so than Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro, and even Jinbei. We will first have to examine what the actual, benefits of the Mushi Mushi no Mi Mado Kabuto possesses, right? Because you have to think about it. This is the first Zoan devil fruit that I've talked about on this channel, and it's the first, like, Zoro didn't have a Zoan, Sanji didn't have a Zoan. This is Usopp. And what we've seen from Kabu is that this devil fruit grants flight. Beetles can fly. Whether you've seen it or not, they can fly. The rhinoceros beetle can fly. And this is one of the very few devil fruits that grant natural flight to the user. We've seen other devil fruit users being able to fly. Luffy, you know what I mean? Like when he's in his gear 4th, he's able to fly. Doflamingo, just because we're talking about his arc, he's not able to fly, but he can travel via air by stepping on his strings that he connects to clouds. I don't understand it either, but he can fucking do it. This one actually grants natural flight, and the things about beetles is that their wings rotate in a circular motion rather than just up and down, which means they can move vertically and horizontally very easily. In addition to that, Usopp would also be granted an extra pair of arms, so he'd have 4 arms in total that we've seen from Kabu, a powerful horn, an exoskeleton that he can reinforce with Haki if he ever learned armament Haki, and immense strength and speed. We've seen Kabu blast through Doflamingo's top henchmen, and you're talking about somebody who can't be more than 4 or 5 inches off the ground, blasting through people easily 1,000 times his weight. This would be something that would allow Usopp to do what it is that a sniper is meant to do, which is cover his team, cover his crew. He doesn't like direct conflict. Okay, that's fine. The Mushi Mushi no Mi allows you to avoid conflict. There's not too many people who can fly. This is how I imagine it going. There's an altercation that Luffy inevitably gets the rest of the Straw Hat Pirates into. Usopp doesn't want to fight, but he has to fight. Like, he's not going to let his friends die. So what does he do? He activates the bug fruit. He flies into the air with his, his Mado Kabuto, and he does what a sniper is supposed to do, which is cover and support his teammates, his crew, his friends. That is what a sniper is meant to do. Now you have a dilemma for the enemy. The enemy can either focus on Usopp, who is flying around in the sky at incredibly high speeds, or they can focus on whoever is in front of them. Now let's assume that it's Usopp one-on-one versus whoever, right? Usopp can still lift 65 tons as a human being. I just told you Jack the Drought, the number 3 of the Kaido Pirates, is only 6 tons in weight. Usopp could baby shake Jack the Drought. There is not too many creatures. Kaido is the only one that I think weighs somewhere around 65 tons. Usopp would, in theory, be able to fuck Kaido up very easily. Now, let me not say easily. If he gets... Okay, so y'all remember the scene where Kaido blew up the mountain that, the Straw Hat Pirates and the Heart Pirates were on, and then Luffy lost his fucking mind for a second and decided to elephant gun Kaido on the top of the head. Imagine if that was Usopp. dropping 65 tons worth of pressure on Kaido's head as a punch, going full speed. There's no way Kaido's surviving that shit. Cracked skull, Kaido knocked the fuck out. Dead? Maybe not. Unconscious? Definitely. Definitely unconscious. But look, like I said, this is probably one of my most favorite fruits to do. This is probably my most favorite character to discuss. He is my favorite character within the series. I love his development after the time skip. But we're going to move on to his current bounty. Usopp's current bounty is 200 million berries. If he had this devil fruit and we took into account everything that he has done up until this point, there's not a lot of feats. The majority of what Usopp has done was in the Dressrosa arc, and if you remember from the Dressrosa arc, you have to remember the bounty that Doflamingo gave Usopp after, you know, the whole situation happened. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but the whole situation happened with him releasing everybody from their toy state. He received a whopping, and this is also my bounty that I'm going to give him, 500 million berries. That is increasing his bounty by 300 million berries. I think that would be adequate for him currently in the story, even in Wano. Hopefully we get to see something crazy happening from him within the Wano series. And yeah, he would be a massive threat. Like I said earlier, he would have the strongest striking power of any of the Straw Hat Pirates currently, devil fruit or no devil fruit. He'd be the strongest to be able to physically move objects. And yeah, powerful horn, powerful exoskeleton that adds to his defensive capabilities. In addition to that, he would have an extra pair of arms. So essentially, he would be able to have 2 slingshots at his disposal and to be able to fire 2 slingshots when he's fighting people. And I forgot to mention this early in the video, but this is the end of the video, so hopefully you're still here. His fucking slingshot's name is Kabuto. What the fuck? This devil fruit was made for this man. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you made it to the end, thank you for rocking with me. Go plus ultra and smash the subscribe button if you're new. If you like the video, like the video. If you dislike the video, dislike the video. Share the video. Comment the devil fruit that you would give to Usopp and what you would make his bounty if you had the opportunity. And like always, keep it safe and wrap it tight. I'm out.
Defend all zones. They're taking A. We're contesting Alpha. We're defending Bravo. Mission objective, green across the board.